Oh, that's wet. Helloing, people of Internet Town. Welcome to some more nonsense. Under my dirty Uggs is a chest full of 250 pounds of dry ice pellets, 3mm. They're tiny, they're like the size of rice. Because I am going to dry ice blast, ouch, that was actually really far, the underside of my RA21 Toyota Celica. Oh, this is gonna be good. I underestimated the distance of jumping off that. It just shook my brain. If you're new and you wanna get caught up on the last video where I tore down this poor rusted 2UZ V8 out of my dad's old Toyota Tundra, there is a link stuck to this greasy engine cross member. Before I get started with today's video, this thing's been sitting for a few days now with some ATF in it. I wanna see if I can get this thing to turn over. Come on. It's turning! I had a feeling it would, just judging by the size of the puddle on the floor. Yeah, we're good to go. This is so exciting. Dexter time. Yeah, that'll work. If you're a fan of Dexter, you might want to check my Instagram right now. I made something fun. In case you didn't see the other videos I did dry ice blasting, this is the machine I'm using. It's the Cool Master. It's made in Germany and it takes a special type of dry ice pellet designed for dry ice blasting. I did a couple other videos on it. I highly suggest watching those. There's a link up above to the one on my Audi Quattro. That I go into more depth explaining everything about the process. Pretty easy setup on this thing too. I gotta hook up my air supply and my power. Ook, I got my trusty air compressor. Toss. I cannot stress this enough, the importance of having clean, dry air for dry ice blasting. Literally the most important step. Regardless of what brand of machine you use, air is critical. Speaking of air, I'm gonna turn on my air purifier, keep the dust down in here. Here is the before, so you can get a good look at what I'm working with. Now this is a fairly clean car. It's been repainted once, probably back in the 80s. Now this car does have a couple oil leaks, and oil is one thing that dry ice just doesn't really do very well. You should wash it before you do that, but it's 37 degrees out and I really don't feel like getting the inside of my shop soaking wet. For being a 1974, there's fairly little corrosion on this thing because it is a car that spent its entire life in the state of Georgia. Really curious what it's gonna do to this stuff right here. I'm willing to bet that drive shaft's gonna look brand new when I'm done with it. Spare tire area, that'll probably clean up nice. Rear axle, I'm gonna be upgrading it because this one just won't handle the power this car is gonna have, but I'm gonna clean it anyway. Well, these are pretty crusty, see what it'll do to that. The dust shield and the front suspension should come up pretty nice too, I think. I'll probably hit up the wheel well as well. Pay close attention to stuff like this. That should clean up nice. Hopefully these bolts in that bracket do too. Now that you got a good look at the before, it's time for me to shut up and get to work. First initial thoughts, this is by far the toughest car I have blasted yet. You can see it's taking it off this panhard bar, but it's really thick, super thick. And the rear diff cover, I don't know what the hell's going on there. Overspray from something underneath. Other issue is whoever painted this car did not mask off the bottom, so there's gold overspray all over the rubber undercoating. That overspray is gonna be a real challenge to try to get that off of there, because that's what's gonna make it look bad. Well, this is a heavy gas jug. I'm going to move my setting up here into the yellow and use a corresponding colored tip. Maybe the big flat blade. I kind of like that one. I'm gonna put it on the max PSI. underneath here is sprayed in that rubber texturized coating. It's all over everything. Ow! This is 2 hours worth of blasting. Oh my, that's so crazy. I didn't think it was really doing that much. I was gonna clean up for the day, but fuck it, I'm gonna do a little bit more. It's addicting. Oh, you poor things, you're getting all dirty. Except for your smart asshole friend that decided to sit inside my helmet, which is also getting dirty. I knew these would come in handy. Put you in here. There you go, now you're gonna stay clean. So I picked this up this morning. It is a new hood since my other one was disgusting. This one's got a bigger visor on it too. This is absolutely disgusting. Look at that. I think this just twist ties. Yeah. See? Time to suit up. This thing's disgusting too. So far using program 7, which is the most aggressive pressure, has been working well for me. The only drawback is it does take some of the rubber undercoating off, but that's fine because it looks like crap anyway. I'm gonna leave that right where it is for the bulk of it because it was working great. This new headpiece works amazing. The air comes from the front, so it's nice and cool. The machine didn't freeze up once yesterday at all from moisture because it's nice and cold out, so this stuff isn't getting freezer burnt, which is good. Here it goes. That sounds so crazy. Good to go. This area is super satisfying to watch. For about 5 hours, I'd say now, underneath here. Made pretty good progress. I'm trying not to waste ice on stuff that I'm going to upgrade. I found a winning combination to clean all the old undercoating and grime off these links right here. And even though this was tempting just to see what it could do, it's pointless because I'm not keeping this drivetrain. So with the remaining ice I have left, I really need to just focus on the unibody portion of the car and everything that I'm going to be retaining. I made it about 4 hours before I had any condensation in here, and it was very minimal. It didn't stop the machine from running, but I just decided to take a break and let this thing dry off. So if I had a good quality air compressor indoor that was like permanently mounted in here, I probably wouldn't have any moisture issues with the dry ice blaster at all. This thing's definitely proving to be a little beast today for what it's having to do. I really like this hood. Too bad it's gonna get absolutely destroyed after today. out of gas with the air compressor last night. Actually, it was 2 nights ago because I had to film the Beetle review yesterday. So I probably don't have any ice left. Let's see. Did any ice survive? Yeah, looks like I'm done dry ice blasting. That sucks. Luckily, I was able to get like 90% of the underside of the car done. Where I ran out of ice was the wheel wells and just up around the front suspension area a little bit better. But next time I'll buy more ice. Before I finish this up, I have a roaming food cake over here.
Hello, humans.
Dropping Dexter's laboratory. Water doesn't get very tall. So luckily, if water doesn't get very tall, then neither does tape. That's science. Water does not get very tall. Neither does tape. You're probably wondering what this stupid contraption is, and it's a stupid contraption, but it'll stop water. I did this once before in here, and I deeply regretted it, so I'm gonna do it again. Because I make bad life choices. I didn't do this the last time I dry ice blasted, and it's something I kind of thought of since there's a lot of dust that blows everywhere when you're dry ice blasting. Rinsing it after will get all that dust off and make it look a lot cleaner.
Oh, that's wet. That's very wet.
Oh yeah, you can see it all right there. There's all the residue. Little dirt spots. That's just dirt overspray.
Oh geez. Oh, cold.
Oh man. Failed plan. Well, it worked kind of. It worked ish. It didn't work at all. If I could afford a shop with a wash rack, I would have one. So I did the best I could. So there you go. That is the end result after using about 200 pounds of dry ice for about, I would say, 8 hours of labor. And yeah, it did actually make a big difference. The thing that ruins it from looking perfect is the gold overspray from when this car was repainted. That, and you can clearly see the line where the undercoating was sprayed on this. And when they did it, they didn't mask off stuff like the suspension pieces. Everything got sprayed, including rubber lines, hard steel lines, and even hardware. You can see where I got some of the gold overspray off right there, but this does give me a good base now to start this project. I don't have to work on a dirty car, and it's gonna look amazing with all the new brand new parts that this thing gets now that it's got a nice clean unibody underneath it. All the suspension pieces up front are gonna get re-powder coated, as well as I'm gonna upgrade the suspension and brakes on this thing too. So it'll really start to look good once it all comes together. Seeing inside here can really show you the difference it made, because the whole underside of the car did look like this before I started. This is where I ran out of ice, and which I wish I could have been able to do, but that's okay. So if you guys are interested, let me know in the comment section below. I might do a detailing video on the interior of this next, maybe. You guys have asked me multiple times over the past couple of months where Pancake has been. And the truth is, my little robot buddy died. Being that Pancake was a robot, robots are not supposed to drink water, and unfortunately this shop has water in it sometimes. And I caught him having a gulp, and he died. I replaced his motherboard and another circuit card in there that looked like it could have been bad, but there was no saving his life. So I bought another one. This one is designed to suck up water, so hopefully he stays alive. His name will be Crepe. This is Crepe. It's got a mop on it. That's gonna get absolutely destroyed in here. Is it removable? Oh, it's Velcro. Good. I'm gonna take that off. Ta-da! Meet crepe. I don't give away free advertising, so I covered up the logo on there with decal from my friend Evo Maddie. I support friends' businesses, so I put her merch design on there. Stick his home under the toolbox so it doesn't get kicked. Here you go, crepe. Breakfast item. Other than that, I am pretty exhausted. I work every day, 7 days a week, 10 to 12 hours a day. And I haven't taken really time off in 6 years now of doing this YouTube channel. So I was thinking about doing maybe like a camping or overlanding video with the Bronco the remainder of the year. Let me know if you guys are into that idea too. I just want to do some lighter videos until the end of the year before I start really going heavy on this thing. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you soon with another. Bye!